a member of this committee now as well, Senator McCain. With that, Senator Warren.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Menendez. It's an honor to be here with Secretary Clinton and Senator McCain to introduce my senior senator and my friend, Senator John Kerry. I have the privilege of speaking for a man I know will continue in the tradition of John Quincy Adams and Christian Herter as great secretaries from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Although John learned much about diplomacy overseas and in the Senate, he would be the first to tell you that Massachusetts is also a great teacher of diplomatic skills, whether it was negotiating his way to make the ballot as a long-shot underdog in a five-way, heavily contested state convention back in 1982, or the way he brought labor and management to the table, locked the parties in his Senate office over a long weekend, brought in Dunkin' Donuts, and negotiated an end to the 92-day-long Brockton teachers' nurses strike. If anyone wants to learn diplomacy, come try Massachusetts politics. John certainly has. John's story is well known to many of us from his youth as the son of a Foreign Service officer, seeing diplomacy up close and learning about foreign policy around the dinner table each night, to his service in combat in Vietnam. Less well known is the story of his foreign policy work inside the Senate. His 90 overseas trips that he made in 28 years on the Foreign Relations Committee, his work with Dick Lugar to ensure free elections in the Philippines, his work with Bill Frist on AIDS in Africa, his work as chairman of the New START Treaty, and his very public and successful diplomatic interventions in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Sudan. I think one day historians will judge his Senate years in terms of his impact on foreign policy, much the same way so many recognize Senator Ted Kennedy's impact on domestic policy. From his many years in the U.S. Senate, John has developed a very personal understanding that we represent not just states or government, but also people. I once asked John why he loves the Senate. He said it's the pride he feels in trying to get things done for people. For 3 years now, he's been working quietly to help a father from Newton, Massachusetts, Colin Bauer, whose 2 sons were kidnapped and taken to Egypt. John even called former President Mubarak and had a screaming match with him about it. 5 times he's been to Egypt since then, and every time Colin has been at the top of his list in every meeting. Every senator here has a Colin Bauer. It's what we do. We fight for people back home. As Secretary, John will understand that and bend over backwards to help us do that. He will be a terrific bridge from the Hill to the administration. I know that John cares deeply about our country and our national security. I know he believes through and through in the good that America can do in the world, because he's seen it and he's lived it all his life. From seeing the Marshall Plan in action with his father in post-World War II Europe, to volunteering to serve in the military and then traveling all these years as a senator. John says, America isn't exceptional because we say we are. We're exceptional because we do exceptional things. When the airplane, the one that says on the side, United States of America, lands anywhere in the world, I will be proud that it will be John Kerry representing us. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Secretary.